The Good Ride. Average riders helping average riders worldwide.
So,
Here we are at the Good Ride.
GoodRide.com. Peter.
The Good Ride.
From the GoodRide.com.
Not the Good
James.
Peter.
The good,
Don't
the
go
good
there.
Peter. Well,
We're still establishing that
Yeah.
website. 18 and over.
the good Peter. The tricky Peter.
So here we are,
Yes.
the Burton stun gun.
And this is the 155. We probably could have gone up a little bit. And let's kind of show the camber. You know, it's that super great Burton directional camber. Am I on the camber, Grant?
Yep.
Okay, you can see the profile well.
Yeah.
Okay, super fun board. First there was the Gatekeeper, then there was the dump truck, I believe, and now the stun gun. And from what they said, it's kind of I kind of brought three boards together. The skeleton key, they brought the flight attendant and the dump truck, combined them into one board. That's at least what the rep told us. And you can kind of see it's got a lot of similarities to that. I feel like it has that cool nose that the Kilroy Custom from the previous year had, which we loved. So it's got that big floaty nose, it's got that directional camber off the back, and we're riding a 55. I think we might have been a little better off with a bigger shape, but this worked well enough, and it definitely was fine for our boot size, which is 9s. And yeah, we rode it with the ruler step-on, and the ruler step-ons are super responsive. I almost felt like they were overpowering this 55. I would have rather been on just regular rulers with maybe mission bindings or cartels or something to have a little more smoother response, but it was still really fun. It's got good pop, it's got good drivey, very kind of like surfy off the tail. You've got to put a lot of weight on the tail to drive out. It's very slashy, very surfy, very drive off the back foot.
Yeah, too much weight on the front and your back
And
will
you
wash
wash.
out.
Yeah. And they often do a kind of a special side cut to make this feel less washy than normal. And I think that's going on. That might be going on, but it's still washy because it seems like there's a considerable amount of taper. But I mean, we like the dump truck. We like the gate. I like the Gatekeeper. I don't think you rode the Gatekeeper. And I liked all these boards. We love the skeleton key. We love the flight attendant for a lot of years, and really like it still. It's still a very recommendable board, even though it's not a favorite right now as we talk. But it's an amazing board, and I feel like this is kind of like right there with it. I didn't think there was anything wrong with the dump truck. I didn't really think it needed any tweaking, but after riding this, I'm like, this nose is cool. This will just, you know, I just know from riding the dump truck in powder, riding the flight attendant in powder, riding the skeleton key in powder, riding so many directional camber boards like this with a massive setback on board and on side cut, that this thing's just gonna float like a champ.
Yeah.
I don't even have to, you know, it's not gonna be the
You don't even have to
epic-
ride that 1.5 foot of powder that's right there.
yeah.
Yeah,
I mean, yeah, we were off piste all day.
pretty much.
Yeah.
Just raging
Just
that
slashing ice cones. But yeah, I mean, this is a fun board. It didn't blow my mind, but it's really fun, and it's just right in line with so many of Burton's family tree boards that just do such a good job. Just kind of edge to edge is quick.
Yeah.
And it seems a little wider than what you would think for a 55, like more in line with the dump trucks. Like we rode the 54 dump truck, and I felt like that I might have bought that, you know, like that was the size I wanted, but I could definitely go up. So I don't know, what'd you think, Peter?
Yeah, I mean, it wasn't the grippiest board I've ever ridden. I slid out once trying to do a real heavy heel side churn, and you definitely really, but you know, it's more surfy back off the back foot, you know, it's supposed to be a little slashy. So, you know, once you kind of get inspired by that, then you really just like lean back into it and just really get on that back foot, because the moment you try and ride it like a centered or like put more weight on your front foot, yeah, immediately just started feeling that back foot kind of wash out. So if you're looking for like that just awesome kind of directional powder directional camber board that's going to be able to set back real far,
Really carved groomers
and
too.
carve groomers, like, but with a real surf inspired carve off the back foot.
Yes.
This is a great board, and I really enjoyed it, to be
Yeah,
honest.
I mean, you really want to get back off.
Yeah.
I kind of just surprised that, you know, the Gatekeeper lasted one season, the dump truck lasted one season, and then now it's evolved into this. You
They're
know,
just constantly evolving, you know.
yeah. And,
They want people to be like, "Did you get that
and you know
90?
what
Did
was
you get that
interesting?
98 Gatekeeper?
Yeah.
You won't let anyone in."
Yeah.
He always talks about how much more his troubles are than yours, and that you don't even know about troubles compared to his.
You know what? The edge hold
Gatekeeping.
wasn't bad. The edge hold wasn't bad. Wouldn't you agree, Peter?
It wasn't bad. It wasn't phenomenal.
No,
but it wasn't bad.
And we were in some pretty hard conditions this morning.
I mean, these are good conditions to test your edge hold, because
Yeah.
you have some steep sections where like the snow is good, but it's not like great, you know. So you can really get into a hard carve and see if it's gonna hold. And it held on almost all of them.
Yeah, the side cut technology. I mean,
Yeah.
the edges are. It's definitely not the best, but I felt like it was really bordering on, like being just like medium and hard. Like is what I would say the edge hold is. It's kind of on that border. It can hang in hard, but it's not ideal. But I didn't have that like typical Burton slip.
Yeah.
Sometimes I feel like with directional camber boards like this I've owned before, maybe the edges are slightly tuned a little more, but all in all, I really like this board. I thought it was super fun.
Super
I
fun.
mean, I don't know, like, would you rather own the skeleton key? Yeah, I kind of would too.
Yeah.
But I really like this board too, and it's kind of like if you want like a more surfy flight attendant.
yeah, if your friend already has a
Yeah.
skeleton key and you already have a flight attendant and you just started learning to surf and you think it's really cool, you know, and you want something kind of going in a little bit of a different direction, but kind of not too far off piece.
It's the surf
Like,
attendant.
not so far off piece like we just went.
Yeah, that
know?
was so far.
Yeah.
Scary.
Then the stun gun. It's a great
Yeah.
board from the Burton family tree.
No, I think it's very recommendable, and I think a lot of people really like that if you want something more surfy than the flight attendant.
Yeah.
You know, but still like a real groomer dominant.
Groomer dominant, and that's going to do great in the powder.
Groomer dominator, pretty close to being a powder dominator.
Yeah.
I mean, there's some dedicated powder boards, like, you know, like some of those flat to rocker with all that rocker and stuff like that. Will excel in powder maybe over this, but this is up there in the upper tier of
Yeah,
powder
but those
riding.
boards aren't going to do nearly as well in the groomers.
And they aren't going to pop off the tail like this will on powder days. You
they're
know, I
also
like
not
that
going to
drive
tell
off
other
the
people
tail.
that their problems are trivial.
Your problems are trivial. And
Yeah.
I don't want to bring this into the actual review. No.
He's right. Our problems are trivial.
Both of our problems are trivial.
Yeah. We don't get to test enough snowboards.
God.
If only we got to test more snowboards.
I can't stop thinking about that.
Job is so
That's all I focus on. For you, gentle readers.